ahead, go ahead.
In a protector, by the way.
Yeah.
So you really were thinking.
I know you got to go, but how do you feel being here real quick?
I am so excited to be here.
What about, Michael Myers?
We could add 2 more dents to this chip.
Follow her. Where can you follow you at?
You can follow me on Instagram at
So I'm out of this bitch. Got a big match tonight at Victory Pro Wrestling, right, Britt?
Yes. Hola, hola. First of all, I have to say it. If not, it's not me. I'm so sorry.
Look at Holden.
I wish I could. What is it? Ving.
Papa Dank, do you edit these videos?
Stephen is there.
You don't want to miss this one. No.
Welcome everybody to Beyond the Barricade. I'm your host, Papa Dank. I hope you guys are enjoying the new intro. But without further ado, let me bring to you the one, the only, the NYWC heavyweight champion of the world, the Big O. What's up, brother?
What an incredible introduction, Papa Dank. Your voice sounds like it is fully healed. And,
It is.
I'm going to let these indie guys know if they ever need a ring announcer or a backup commentator, I'm going to give them your info, Bill. I'm definitely am.
Oh, man, I did ring announcing for ECPW a long time ago. It was so bad. It was my first time, and they're like, all right, you go ring announce. I'm like, what? I never did this before. It was crazy. All right, let's talk about your match this Saturday night at the one, the only New York, I hope I say it right, Sportatorium.
That's
you
right.
are facing the cause of it all, Joey Conway.
Yeah.
This has been one in the works. Talk
Yeah,
about this match.
This is going to be an interesting one. This is a match that has been building, I would say, since I became NYWC champion again. I believe it was back in March of this year. I had a match with Matt Cardona, and towards the end of the match, the cause of it all came out and disrupted that fight, to say the least. And ever since, him and I have been going at it. So one way or another, I think it's going to come to a head Saturday night.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And you got a special guest referee, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know how that even happened.
How did Sal worm his way into this one?
The long of it or the short of it.
We'll do the short. We got lots to cover in 20 minutes.
Yeah, September, Sal and I went at it. And I got to tell you, man, that kid's had a hell of a year. He really has elevated his game. And I was in trouble that night. I'm not going to even lie. We had a great match. He pushed me to my limits. Something I've actually come to respect more and more as I get in the twilight years of my career. These young kids that don't just go in there and try to hot shot and hot dog a moonsault or a splash, and someone who actually works and takes the time to grind. Savelli's a grinder. And he went to war with Conway at the Space last month in Westbury. Conway came out victorious. It's Conway and the Big O, one final dance, and somehow Savelli is our special guest referee. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about it either, man.
I don't know how I feel about that. There was a time when I would have considered Savelli an ally. Over the summer, we tagged a few times. Him and I were kind of in this little triangle of love with Conway and Papa Don. But, the kid's got a fire in his chest and he wants to be champ. And now he's got to call the match.
Wow.
It's going to be interesting, Papa Don. It really is.
This is going to be fair. But we got Tina in the chat. She's trying to learn who the Big O is. If you could sum yourself up in a couple of words, what would those words be for Tina to know who the Big O is?
Who is the Big O?
That's right.
The Big O is the center focal point of not only Long Island or professional wrestling, but as we all know, the reason why all the girls have gone wild and living proof that more weights equals more dates. And now, more than ever, as we draw nearer to next November, Maja.
You are definitely jacked.
It is my determination to make America jacked again.
I love it. I love it. All right, Tina. I hope that answered your question. All right. Strategy going into this match with Joey Conway. You know he's the wrestling is now heavyweight champion.
Yeah. Conway and I, we had one title match. I think it was in July. It was July or it was August. His style of offense is much different than a lot of the guys that I've been wrestling as of late. He's a little similar in the sense that he's a hard-hitting brawler, but he's athletic at the same time. I think my best approach to this match is to not take any high risks because Conway is a very educated and he's a very calculated, methodical worker. Right. I think going for a high-risk power move or going for something that's not in my typical reservoir moves, it may backfire. So I think for this match, I'm going to have to stick to my game plan. And when I do see an opening, there might be a new trick or two in my bag I'm going to pull out. But I really think for this match, I can't underestimate him. You know, I underestimated him once, and I didn't really give Savelli the credentials that he deserved. And I, got out of those matches with the title on my shoulder, but I'm not saying those were easy matches. So I'm definitely not taking this match lightly.
Okay, 100%. You shouldn't, man. That guy, man. You gotta watch out for Conway.
Yeah, I want to come on this podcast and have fun with you and say, "Oh, I'm the big O, and I can't be beaten." And but Conway wouldn't be champion in other wrestling federations if he wasn't the dude. Savelli came inches away from taking that NYWC Heavyweight Championship. I'm well aware of who I am and what I've done, what I'm also capable of. But at this stage of my career, I also have to be aware of the elevated and the mutating changing of the wrestling. A lot of these guys are putting in tough, long hours at the NYWC Sportatorium training. Mm-hmm. I know Savelli's down there multiple nights a week. Mike Mistretta's down there multiple nights a week. I know Conway's training his ass off for this fight. So, yeah, like I said, the biggest key for this match for me is to just not walk in there with that big O-esque prominent attitude. It's more, I got to go in there as the American pit bull, fired up, but also only ready to pounce and claw when I see fit.
Right. Now, since you brought it up, if you want to be a professional wrestler, talk about the school at NYWC where they can sign up for.
Oh, yeah, no problem. So I don't know if all of your listeners and my fans are aware of, but some wrestling promotions only entertain events once a month, bi-monthly, once every few months. But some wrestling promotions are also wrestling academies where they train wrestlers, and then monthly or periodically they have student shows, they have charity shows, or they have these big wrestling events like we have Saturday night, Draw the Line. I got my wrestling career started at NYWC, New York Wrestling Connection. We have a beautiful facility down in Deer Park. It's on Brook Avenue, right off of Bayshore Road. It looks like a warehouse from the outside, and then the inside it's just beautiful. We have 2 rings that we set up and take down. We got punching bags, speed bags, workout equipment, huge jumbotron, 2 TVs in the locker room for film study, and the head trainer right now is Mike Mondo. So he's a former WWE legend, someone who wrestled Ric Flair at WrestleMania. I don't really know how much more. I don't really know someone else that has that type of resume.
Credentials.
Who wouldn't be, yes, exactly. Who wouldn't be more fit to train a new upcoming wrestler than someone of his stature? So anyone's interested in joining New York Wrestling Connection or coming down to our events or just sitting on our training practice one night just to see how the school's operated, you can check us out at www.nywcwrestling.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Ooh, am I supposed to say X now? I'm not supposed to say the T word, right?
X, that's right.
Yeah. Follow us on X, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and there's more information there.
Awesome. All right, let's talk about a couple of the matches real quick.
Okay.
We have Late Absolute versus Postgame versus Milk Chocolate.
All right, so this is actually a very spicy match. Absolute Alvin.
Spicy.
Yeah, it's spicy. Absolute Alvin is on a tear right now. He just remade over himself. He lost a lot of weight. He's might be in the best shape I've ever seen him. And Alvin and I go way back. We joined NYWC together back in 2010. So we have a history. Post game, this is a new team I want to look out for. I've heard really good things about them. I've seen a couple of their things on YouTube. I haven't seen them wrestle in person yet, but I hear whispers in the locker room that these guys are going to be here to stay. And we all know what Milk Chocolate is capable of. Brandon Watts, Randy Summers, these guys are just pure entertainment.
100%.
I would rival them against the Young Bucks. That's how good these kids are.
That's high compliment.
They're former NYWC champions, tag champions multiple times. I know they wrestle CZW. They wrestle Beyond. They're all over the East Coast. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't get signed too soon. So if you're in the area and you're coming to this show, this should definitely be one of the highlighted matches to watch, because who knows how much longer you're going to get to see Milk Chocolate on a local level.
Okay. Next match we're going to cover, the Starlet Championship. Tina San Antonio versus the current champion, Amity LeVay. What are your thoughts on this match?
Okay, so when I saw this match was posted, the first thing I thought was Tina San Antonio. Well, for anybody who remembers a few years ago, her husband, Pedro Donez, was my tag team champion partner. So I got to know Tina a little bit during my tag run with Pedro. And Tina is one tough cookie, let me tell you. Amity LeVay is an upcoming, rising young star. She's still a little inexperienced. There's still a couple of those freshman kinks that she's going to need to work out. And whichever way this match goes, because she's going to get some real true veteran experience and she's going to learn the pacing of a match. Some of her matches have gone really quick, high face pass matches. Tina San Antonio really knows how to slow the match down. She knows how to generate the most from her and her opponent. I think as far as Starlet matches go, this might be one of the better ones we've had on our NYWC cards for the last few months. So all our young female wrestling fans, definitely get your cameras out. You're going to want to videotape this one.
I'm excited for that match, man. And then let's talk about this last match we're going to cover. Mike Mistretta versus QT Marshall.
QT Marshall. All right. So a lot of people have been asking me like how I feel about Mistretta lately. I was in a feud with him for a year trying to get the NYWC championship from him. He screwed me over at the Psycho Circus a year ago when I was facing Matt Cardona. But Mistretta is he's great. He just doesn't give up. He's like the heel version of Stallone, Balboa. The kid just has heart. He doesn't quit. I remember in our match, I couldn't put him down. 4 power slams for him to finally lay over and just relinquish his services as the NYWC heavyweight champion. QT Marshall. He's a big guy.
I'm excited
he's bigger
for this
than you think in person. I wrestled him one time in Rahway for PWS, now known as Wrestle Pro. He's tough. He was about my size, about 6'1", about 240, 245. This is 10 years ago.
I'm a huge fan of his.
Yeah, it caught me off guard multiple times, but at the time I was only a 2-year, still very green, new into the business. He'd already been a 10-year vet, so QT's been in the business about 20 years. So Mistretta's grit and craftiness against Marshall's brain is actually going to be a very interesting matchup. I think I'd have to put my money on Mistretta. Don't let him know I said that, but I think I would have to put my money on Mike for this match.
Make sure that you guys use that QR code to get your tickets for this Saturday show. Draw the line at the Sportatorium. The Big O takes on Joey Conway for that NYWC World's Heavyweight Championship. It's sure to be a classic right here, not only in Long Island, but all of New York. Don't want to miss this one. Tickets at the front row are $40. Are they sold out yet?
This is the match of 2023.
This is going to be huge, man.
This
General
will be the
admission, only $25.
Match of 2023.
Everybody should come down. Bring your kids.
Anybody who's an old and any Big O fan or just a fan of pro wrestling, this will be the match of 2023. You do not want to say that you were not there.
Alex wants you to go to SWA and raise some hell.
All right, Alex, why don't we talk to Jerry about that and we'll see what happens, okay?
That's right. Let's talk about SWA coming up at the Sportatorium, because the guest of honor is the Pope, Elijah Burke. And not only that, but Papa Dank will be in the house filming his vlog. Make sure you use that.
You know what? You might see the Big O scouting that show as well.
I'd love to see the Big O there. And
I got
the Big
Alex
O on my vlog.
Shoot me over to SWA. You got Elijah Burke in the house. That's someone I've always wanted to get in the ring with. So
yeah, definitely.
Don't be surprised if you see the Big O wrestle.
All right. I got to get you on my vlog, man. You haven't been on one of my vlogs.
No, let's do it. I
don't know if you've seen my vlogs. They get kind of interesting.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody thinks I just want to talk about working out and fitness and wellness, but I think I bring like a little different dimension to professional wrestling, only because the way my career started, which we've discussed many times, the way I view professional wrestling from the business standpoint. So I think we'd have a lot of fun doing a vlog.
Oh, we'd have so much fun, me and you. We get along so well, man.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'm just the GM. I'm not in charge, but I'd love to see you there. How is he downplaying his role?
Yeah.
Alex.
It's not like you, Alex.
That's right. You're not like you. All right, Big O. I know we don't have that much time yet, so you want to cover anything else before I have to say my spiel?
Yeah, I just want to let Joey Conway know that just because I haven't been at the Sportatorium snarling and making promos and doing rolls and hitting the ropes and showing everybody that I can go train for 30 minutes. Stop. Conway, you know what the Big O is about. You know I'm the most powerful wrestler NYWC has ever seen. Probably the most powerful wrestler on the indie scene right now. I'm older, but I'm wiser. I'm a little more experienced. I'm a little more in control of my body. Some might say after seeing me at the Space last month, taking on VSK in that 20-minute bout, that I might be in the best physical shape of my entire life. So Conway, don't underestimate Big O. Don't underestimate the champ. And whatever you do this week, just please, just contribute to make America jacked again.
Beer, Blood, and Body Slam says this match is going to be awesome.
Thank you.
And Serena loves your Joey impression. All right, before we go, I got to say my little spiel. We got the one and only Joey Conway coming on tomorrow night at 9:30. Not only talk about his Wrestling Is Now championship match against Lance Dorado, but also his Big O match this Saturday. So you're not going to want to miss that tomorrow night at 9:30. 100%. Then we have next week the one and only PJ Savage, my co-host, coming on for Wrestling Is Now.
I want to hear what he's got to say. You got to send me the direct link to that. I want to hear that interview tomorrow night.
Well, but for Conway?
Deal?
For Conway? No, you heard me. All right, well, I'll send you the link. Also coming up, I have the one and only Frankie Pickard coming up in December, who is not only the boxing celebrity champion, but he's also part of the Deadly Sins for Titan. He is coming up soon, and I'm going to wrap up my year in December with the one and only owner of Titan, Billy Fetsky, my pal, Billy Fetsky. We are going to be chatting it up, all things Titan, at the end of the month. And I will be at BPW, where Freya the Slayer makes her debut Saturday night, December 9th. Don't want to miss that show as well. But first, we have this Saturday. Oh, shit. I got to find the card. I got so much stuff in here. There it is. This Saturday, Big O versus Joey Conway. Draw the line. Go get your tickets right now. Shoot, look at all the comments. The comments are blowing up here, man. This Saturday.
I hope to see everybody Saturday night. I'll be on my merch table as always. Pictures, Maja t-shirts. Come down, give me a high five, say what's up.
That's right.
Listen to another Joey Conway expression. See you Saturday night. I gotta get running, Dank. I gotta go to
I'm so
NYWC and hit the ropes and do some shoulder rolls.
All right. You have a good night, man. You take
All
care.
right,
Everybody
take
have a
care.
good night.
Have a blessed Thanksgiving. We'll